I am Kesten Rono, and you are here to see God in everything because God is in your mind. We are here to see within rather than see without. Thank you for being here for day 31 of our exploration of A Course in Miracles. Having a little gratitude for being willing to try on this new practice, an opportunity to see life differently, with ease, without threat, with healing, opening the door for an idea of more truth, more alignment, more love, more abundance. You are fundamentally capable and worthy of feeling well, of imagining a destination on your path through life that could suddenly arrive, one of perfect peace, perfect safety, and freedom from worry. So may you feel full, may you be well, and may we release the labels, definitions, diagnoses, prescriptions, the de facto ways of being, all of our categories for ourselves and for others and for all things. May it be so that physical things may be categorized. May it be so that who and what we are is safe, that our internal systems are internal and our external selves are external. May we be ourselves and find community and open the door for creativity and creation of value. May we invest in each other and invest in ourselves. And yet, may we be very curious and determined to discover, if possible, another way of seeing, some way of seeing that is different from how we see the things are that are around us. Something different than light entering our eyes and turning into images in our mind, telling us what is outside of us so we may navigate the world. The vision that we are curious about to enhance our lives, a safe place to arrive, an opportunity for truth and meaning and real purpose, the ability to know more deeply what are our best interests and therefore create goals on a path of meaning, to step away from feeling that we must defend something, that we are attacking something, that we are living out of some road akin to fear, one of pain or shame, depression, anger, anxiety. May we relax those ideas, recognize their sources, forgive ourselves, forgive others, and appreciate the exchange where we may feel something like God's forgiveness, this idea of peace and levity by taking the first action, the hardest step to let something go, something that has shaped us for better or for worse. And in that idea, we have provided shape to everything around us. And that can be okay. It can help us navigate the world we imagine. I'm grateful for my vision and my proprioception for hiking or driving a car, interacting with pets and people, building things. Thank you. And I am also curious about what it is like to extend my senses into a realm of invisibility, to affirm my spirit identity, whatever that may mean. to enter into a chain of forgiveness on the path to atonement, whatever that may mean, to allow miracles to be revealed for their natural subconscious flow happening at all times. Something that allows me to organize without effort whatever it is that is happening all around us at all times, where I have been attempting to organize it, where I have been trying to build within its parameters. And through all of my confusions and excitements, paralysis by analysis, and the worry that comes with, oh no, what if? But what is the best that could happen? If we're willing to try on ideas that are outside of the way that we have considered before, especially if we can look at them with curiosity and say, I think that is coming from a place of love. Perhaps this is safe to feel. Perhaps this is genuine with which to build. Perhaps this is something that I want to replicate, that I want to reflect. Perhaps I will believe that I am worthy of these kind of feelings, of this experience. Perhaps I'm willing to just be more of myself by seeing within, by feeling, by forgiving, and by allowing, rather than replacing, by allowing whatever is there as I wipe away the upsets that I have helped use to mold me, guide me, protect me, as I accept an idea of change that I will be different than any way that I have ever seen the world before. And yet, this switch on the other side of switching will have been so easy. And may I be provided with at least brief clarity where I can say, hey, it feels really good to take really good care of myself. And because I feel well, I want to offer that idea wherever I go. May I look people in the eyes? May I smile? May I naturally see opportunities rather than be inundated by fear, marketed into some way of thinking that is fear-based, taking the black pill as it seems available everywhere. May I shoulder a little bit more responsibility, and even in the most subtle ways, may I realize that I am absolutely contributing to my inner state of ease, as well as what I am projecting and sharing out in the world. May I be a source of peace and calm so people can use the idea that they feel from me, the innate idea of being human, about passing ideas from my mind to someone else's mind. I accept if I have to use words and body language to help share these ideas. But perhaps all minds are connected, as this book would suggest. And perhaps there is a simple way of feeling this connection beyond any way that I have known how to feel or see before. And if it is so, I accept that I am willing to not pigeonhole myself in the previous way of having seen or image made. So, with love and appreciation and open-mindedness, I release more of my grip on everything that I thought must be, so I may simply ask questions and receive answers, or new curiosities to ask new questions. And may this idea be fun, so that I can take a step for the sake of the step, without insistence on the outcome or when it arrives, releasing whatever shape it must be, and therefore allowing to come forth a simple idea that I am always provided for, that I am never given more than I can handle, that it is a very natural idea to have my ideas stretched into a new realm of truth and discovery. May this process be something with which I identify that I am. May I be able to recognize and appreciate the disorder or randomness that appears to be happening in miracles. May I accept an idea that I do not have the perspective on the other end of all time, where theoretically learning would be done. And it's okay that I may not know everything, but to move into knowingness without needing to control it, that this natural well can rise, that its water would be pure and inviting and healing, refreshing even. That idea sounds exciting. And so I'm willing to try on the practice at least, even if I cannot totally see with true sight, but I'm getting closer to even intellectualizing, if not naturally accepting something else. What is it? It's something invisible. It's as if I was discovering a fourth dimension. It's as if we were adding height and you could imagine you only lived in length and width. It is some idea that is so foreign to the very way of being that there is almost no evidence of it, just an idea that it could be. And yet, from the other side, 2D seems relatively simple from an idea of 3D. So may I accept that, however, the idea or shape or lack thereof of whatever it is that I am seeing around me, however that may change with true vision, truth, and love, may I accept. May I realize that there is no threat in more knowingness, and that I need not control any of it to discover it. That is, it is an idea, this fourth dimension, this other way of seeing, is so foreign to any way that I have yet imagined that I am open to the guidance of simply trying on a perspective. For if it sticks, perhaps I even become this wavelength of love. Perhaps it is so natural to me that it is very calming to exist in 3D and play and create and share in time and space. That true vision may only bless. That there is no sacrifice in accepting true vision. That where I feel I am leaving something vital behind, I recognize that this is my ego and its fear-based building blocks, its mindset attempting to prevent me out of its own safety, but attempting to prevent me from recognizing its shedding, its death, which must exist if I am to walk into the unknown where I am supposed to believe from the ego's lens that I am unsafe. But may I believe that I am totally safe in love, that there is nothing that God would not provide me with, that I am here with a universal purpose, that who I am, what I am, I have been enjoying, recognizing and waking up to in its physical body identification. But for the sake of this exercise, I'm willing to try on an idea that denies body identification and affirms spirit identification, that there is some kind of perfection in design, which I would naturally be honored, amazed, awed to discover and see. The kind of idea that is not subjugating to say, oh, wow, thank you so much, Creator, for these gifts. That I am not somehow below God because God created me. That I am somehow raised up because I am able to feel that connection. So may my thoughts in the form of miracles spring forth, and may my thoughts in the form of prayers connect me. And may my affirmation of spirit identification allow it to come into some center, to create a natural organization for me to see where I have been confusing myself, insisting that I must figure something out. May I trust that there is some natural process and flow. And everything else is an idea attempting to sell itself onto me, but is an idea nonetheless that truth itself can see right through. So may I see right through my old way of seeing, and may I settle on an idea of unconditional love which welcomes me and welcomes you. To pick up from wherever we left off, so to speak, as we went and played a game of fear. And we find ourselves yet again here to laugh and say, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you, and I love you. Principle 31. Miracles should inspire gratitude, not awe. I just mentioned awe. May I be reminded to encourage myself prayers of gratitude. Miracles should inspire gratitude, not awe. You should thank God for what you really are. The children of God are holy, and the miracle honors their holiness, which can be hidden but never lost. The children of God are holy, okay? Holy, connected to God, something special, something divine. But to recognize that and get lost in its spectacle, its awe alone, may be misguided. Miracles should inspire gratitude. May we feel grateful for every incremental noticing of our holiness. The children of God are holy, and the miracle honors their holiness. Miracles, these blessings, these expressions of love, these teaching devices, these healing practices may we recognize them with gratitude so they may honor our holiness, our innate connection, and whatever it is that we are, and our meaning, and therefore our universal purpose. Our holiness, our opportunity to be creators, at least with our thoughts and how we charge them, causes of some kind of effect. May we recognize our connection to God. May He speak very directly to us so we may operate from a wider lens than we have ever yet imagined possible. And may we take all actions out of love, not out of defense. There is no coercion, repression, depression here. You should thank God for what you really are. God, thank you for what I am, even if I do not see it. My holiness may be hidden from me, and I trust that it can never be lost. I feel the idea again, even if it's just my language, of unconditional love, without condition. That somehow this love, miracles being expressions of love, their source being love. Perhaps this is intertwined with our holiness, love so unconditional that we may step away from it, that it can appear hidden, and in our depths of fear, we may lose sight of it completely and continue to scramble and build in a direction that we hope provides us meaning, but confusing that for simply more control. And the illusion of power, the illusion of power through money, which itself is an illusion, and the way that it is created today is regressed into quote unquote magic, creating something out of thin air. and we are told to believe it. That in my depths of fear, I have accidentally hidden whatever it is that is underneath all of this, a holiness. But this can never be lost. Unconditional love would allow us to step away from it, else it would have conditions. Miracles should inspire gratitude, not awe. You should thank God for what you really are. The children of God, I suppose that's what we are, children of God, are holy, and the miracles honor their holiness. The miracle honors their holiness, which can be hidden but never lost. We are provided for through the lens of our holiness. And so we say, God, thank you for your unconditional access to our meaning, to our purpose, to our true nature. Thank you for allowing us to exist as we have deemed it to be so. And yet, thank you so much for the opportunity to exist, never separate from holiness, from unconditional love, from truth and meaning and purpose, even when we may trick ourselves to believe it does not exist. So thank you. Lesson 31. I am not the victim of the world I see. You are not the victim of the world you see. Today's idea is the introduction to your declaration of release. Again, the idea should be applied to both the world you see without and the world you see within. Again, I love this principle. Turning inward and reflecting is us seeing within. Looking at the outside world and believing that it is outside is looking without. Very interesting concept, very interesting spelling, spell casting. Today's idea is the introduction to your declaration of release. We are writing a declaration of release. I am not the victim of the world I see. In applying the idea, we will use a form of practice which will be used more and more, with changes as indicated. Generally speaking, the form includes two aspects, one in which you may apply the idea on a more sustained basis, and the other consisting of frequent applications of the idea throughout the day. Two longer periods of practice with the idea for today are needed, one in the morning and one at night. 3 to 5 minutes for each of these are recommended. Okay, so now rather than attempting to just do this when we thought of it and hope that we hit 5 times, I don't know if you are quote unquote guilty of that. That's kind of the way I've been approaching it or reviewing these videos. It's been dawning on me that I may have to set specific times in order to hit 6 accounts of 2 minutes each to ensure that I've done all 6, because time flies, it feels like, before there's another lesson to share. Plus, in between, we are being told to practice this idea. So what I have been finding I am doing is, as it comes to mind, which may be infrequent, but as it comes to mind, I dare myself to say it right then, even if I can't do it aloud. Because I remember that in one of the lessons, how many times we might have remembered to do this, something like this throughout the day, could be an indication of our curiosity for it to be true. And that's not a threat. If we were doing it fewer times, that adding stress is not necessarily going to benefit us. But now we are looking for 2 periods, one morning, one night, or if you're doing this now, I suppose, one tonight and one when you wake up before you see tomorrow's lesson, of 3 to 5 minutes each. And it sounds like there are other opportunities throughout the day. Let's go on. So, during that time of 3 to 5 minutes in the morning and night, during that time, look about you slowly while repeating the idea 2 or 3 times. So 2 or 3 times we will say, I am not the victim of the world I see. Please just say it with me. I am not the victim of the world I see. And again, I am not the victim of the world I see. Say this 2 to 3 times while looking around. So taking in the world that we see. I am not the victim of the world I see. Then close your eyes and apply the same idea to your inner world. You will escape from both together, for the inner is the cause of the outer. Cause and effect simultaneously occurring, linked. Our thoughts are causes to the effect of the world we are seeing around us. And here we are being told that this inner world is the cause of the outer world. To be within is the cause of to be without. Interesting. So with our eyes open, I am not the victim of the world I see. And then with our eyes closed, I am not the victim of the world I see. You will escape from both the inner and the outer world together because cause and effect are linked, happening simultaneously, for the inner is the cause of the outer. As you survey your inner world, merely let whatever thoughts cross your mind come into your awareness, each to be considered for a moment and then replaced by the next. Try not to establish any kind of hierarchy among them. Watch them come and go as dispassionately as possible. Do not dwell on any one in particular, but try to let the stream move on evenly and calmly, without any special investment on your part. As you sit and quietly watch your thoughts, repeat today's idea to yourself as often as you care to, but with no sense of hurry. Something about this sense of hurry keeps showing up. Hurry is a state of mind. We are here in time until the learning is done, and there is no guarantee that if we do something faster, that we do it more meaningfully, or that we ever arrive where we think we are going to arrive. One thing that is for sure is that our present feeling of self will be occupied by the idea of hurry. We will become careless, desensitized to some things, tunnel visioned on an idea in the future, and losing track of now. So, no sense of hurry. You may repeat the idea, I am not the victim of the world I see, in your mind as frequently as you would like across this 3 to 5 minute period. This is the simplest practice we may have had so far, where we are going to say an idea with our eyes open, say an idea with our eyes closed, and then simply meditate. And this meditation is going to be only 3 to 5 minutes. And what's the rule? Don't do anything extra. Allow a thought to come forth. When it gets pinned on your bulletin board in your mind, simply become aware of the thought and then allow it to flow by as if you were looking at a stream, a piece of paper just dropping into the water and floating by. A new one showing up, reading that, observing that thought, and letting it float by. I am not the victim of the world I see. In addition, repeat the idea for today as often as possible during the day. Remind yourself that you are making a declaration of independence. Okay, we are claiming our sovereignty, our true sovereignty. That is your right. You are sovereign. And you are making a declaration of independence in the name of your own freedom, freedom from worry at least. But we are free. We are free to feel. We are free to use our minds. And we are choosing to use our minds to charge the things around us as we would like to see them, as we were learning yesterday. That the within is the cause of the outer world. That we want to see vision, to see within, not without. We're really good at seeing without. Without what? Without love, without God, without truth. And we are on our way to without worry. We are making a declaration of independence in the name of our own freedom. And in your freedom lies the freedom of the world. Okay, we must free ourselves to some degree. There's an overlapping idea here with freeing our association with our personal, our bodily selves, freeing our associations with all of the shapes and the labels that we give to everything around us, such that we believe we understand exactly what it is, and therefore we know exactly what its purpose is. But we want to free ourselves from that idea. We already know this. Many things can have many different purposes depending on the action or value of the person using it or seeing it. A baseball bat can be used for a sport. It can be used to break something. Dogs. Dogs serve many different purposes depending on the owner. There are several kinds of service dogs. There are protection dogs. So we can relax that the way we have been seeing things is not necessarily the sole way that they may be seen. And if there is an idea that anything that we could see could have such an underlying principle to it, that what it is so radically different than how we have seen it, that my socks have God in them because God is in my mind, that the way we are linking all things is somehow through our mind. It's not by saying, dang, what does a dresser and a guitar and a window have in common? And even if you can find something, well, okay, what does that have in common with a dog and a car and a tree? And even if you could find that, you can see how this puzzle could exponentially go until there's almost no way to categorize them, except they're all things. If God is to be in everything, and if everything is created through some chain of events, perhaps whatever we are as a foundational level is one of the ways of waking up. In your freedom lies the freedom of the world. You are creating a declaration of independence in the name of your own freedom. And it's important, it's vital that you do this. It's vital that I do this. Because in our own freedom, in truly seeing it, feeling it, recognizing it, accepting it, in that freedom, there is freedom for the world. If thoughts are miracles and thoughts are causes, and what we are experiencing around us is the effects of those thoughts or those creations even, then it would stand to reason that if we are imbued with freedom, if we declare it, our independence from the way we have been seeing things, from our ego, from building with fear and pain and anger and shame and attack thoughts, victimhood. Here we are announcing we are not victims. What does that mean? That means we are not looking for someone else to save us. That means that we are not going to get stuck in a place where we point at someone else and say, it's their fault. I need someone to come save me. We are not here for the state to extract your future wealth by printing more of the decreed dollars in which you must save, so it can trickle them back down to you for services that do not heal you, taking away further from your future and your kids' future and making you more reliant on someone else as the savior, who can only survive as an institution because you keep giving your power away. That is not sovereignty. The only part that is sovereign about it is our willingness to continue to participate in something that is extractive, theft, and lies. We are declaring our independence, our freedom from worry, our freedom from manipulation, our freedom from coercion and fear and pain. And on this document, we are releasing the idea that we have been victims as we have made ourselves victims. that we control our thoughts and the causes, these thoughts, they cause us to experience an entirely different world as we change the way we would like to feel about ourselves and what we would like to see in the world around us. So may we see within, not without. I am not the victim of the world I see. The idea for today is also a particularly useful one to use as a response to any form of temptation that may arise. It is a declaration that you will not yield to it and put yourself in bondage. If we are about to do something that we feel is out of congruence with abundance, truth, and love, something when we use love and appreciation and open-mindedness and we feel it, that we recognize that it is an old pattern of fear that someone is asking us to accept, an old oppression, an old depression. We may simply say, I am not the victim of the world I see. We are declaring that we have sovereignty, that we may act, that we have choice, and we choose truth. We choose an opportunity to notice the perfection of all creations, one of which we are, our holiness, which we may have lost sight of, but is never actually lost, that it is a foundational, fundamental part of whatever this all is, whatever we are, whatever this screen is that you're looking at, whatever sound is, that it is all naturally imbued with some kind of meaning, that it is all reflecting or creating or participating in some purpose of the universe itself. And how can those things all be the same? How can any object allow us to see light in it and therefore allow us to see light in everything else? Anything that we can see in our mind's eye or what we believe is the physical eye outside of us, the physical world, how can those all be the same? How could they possibly be linked? This book is suggesting that they are all linked through the mind, that all minds are linked. That does not need to be a threatening idea. We are told that miracles run awry when we believe that darkness can hide. But fear would tell us that the darkness is threatening, and love would tell us that there is only light in everything. So how can darkness hide? And from what should we be afraid other than our own death represented in this shroud of believing that we must fight and attack, and therefore there are victims. I am not a victim of the world I see. I see God in everything. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. All minds are connected. My mind is the opportunity for me to use thought and prayer, miracle, and the medium with which I can communicate with the Creator. May I be listening very carefully for His specific direction. And if it is so that it is in these words, may I allow myself to engage my mind calmly, without hurry, with ease, with love and appreciation and open-mindedness, with my eyes closed, to be within, not without, to allow myself to sense something in the invisible that is not part of my five senses, so my spirit may come forward and its line of communication and order may be obvious to me. And may I see past the spectacle and awe, and with gratitude say, thank you, thank you, thank you for showing me what I did not know existed. Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing me this light, which I know can never be lost. Thank you, thank you, thank you for giving me a practice to discover my own sovereignty. So tonight and tomorrow morning, And as many times as I think about it, may I hear myself say, eyes open and eyes closed, with specificity, I am not the victim of the world I see. I am making a declaration of independence in the name of my own freedom. And in my own freedom lies the freedom of the world. This idea may be used as a response to any form of temptation, a declaration again that I will not yield to it. I have a will, and I will not let my will be to put myself in bondage. May we celebrate our sovereignty, creativity. May we discover the beauty and perfection of all creation, of all things. May we be grateful for our holiness as children of God. May we accept the idea of creation. And may we release whatever it is that we thought we must see the world as, so we may open the door with curiosity to see differently, to discover meaning and purpose, our best interests, therefore defining our greatest goals and building in the name of truth on the path towards abundance with love. I am Kesten Rono, and if you've been here with me since day one, thank you for exploring for an entire month, as we're told it is. And I will see you tomorrow for day 32 of our exploration of A Course in Miracles. Please be well.